All right, welcome to another episode. Uh, I am going to start recording on 12 p.m. every day. Try to have the episodes out by at least 1 p.m. Episodes is getting later and later. I should probably have a set format, set time, keep everything on the schedule. I'm the type of person in these schedules. I don't know about y'all, but I try to freestyle and shit just gets it's just a disaster. So let's go ahead and talk about the news of the day. The story changed like 2 times already, but we'll go ahead and bring it up. DeAndre Ayton, he got a max offer sheet from the Pacers. I guess the Pacers, I talked about it, the Pacers were tired of waiting, and they signed him to a 4-year, $133 million deal. And as soon as the Suns got it, they matched it. So I'm guessing what happened is the Suns were telling them, like, listen, hold on, chill out. Let's see if we can't do a sign and trade and you can get them, but everybody just be patient. Be patient. You know, they're not, the Nets don't seem like they're too hot on Ayton, but maybe they might be hotter on Miles Turner. Hold on, let's try to figure this out. And I'm guessing Ayton and the Pacers was like, man, you know, we tired of waiting. So the Suns was like, I mean, obviously we're not going to give them up for nothing, so they matched it. Does this knock them out of the KD sweepstakes? That's my biggest question. Does this mean that they can't get KD anymore? Just talking about DeAndre Ayton as just a pure player, I do think there's a lot of upside to him if they involve him in the offense. To give him consistent post touches, to feed him more. You know, he's been the third call. And as Chris Paul ages, I think naturally he's going to be called on to do more. I think that was his beef with the Suns. He came in the season without a contract. Then he was complaining about post touches. And then they blow up in the Western Conference semifinals. They bench him for the whole half, and they said it was a team-oriented decision. Because they signed him to this offer sheet, they can't trade him till January 15th of the following season. So he's out of the trade. Now, once again, was he the one that was holding up the trade to begin with? Were they even interested in him as a player like that? Can this trade be completed without him? These are all questions that I'm interested to see the answer to. I mean, I guess this means if they're still pursuing KD, they would have to throw Cam Johnson in. Let me go to the NBA trade machine. They would have to throw Cam Johnson in. I haven't heard his name in the rumors. I wouldn't want to throw him in with his size and his shooting. I mean, I think that you couldn't find 10 guys with his size shooting profile in the NBA. And I mean, that just shows you how valuable he is. So let's see. So Booker got signed. Obviously, Ayton got signed. So they would need Bridges' contract. They probably have to throw Crowder in it. So let's go to Brooklyn. So they have to put Bridges' contract in it, and they'd have to throw Jay Crowder in, and they probably would have to throw him in, and then KD. Does that work? Yeah, it works. Now the Suns are acquiring $44 million and sending out $36 million. So this means that they're going to be paying tax. So they don't like paying the tax. They're going to be $14 million over the tax with the Ayton deal alone. So does this mean that, hey, we can trade him to Indiana down the road? Let's just bring KD in, because they calculate the tax at the end of the season, not during the season. What is your roster at the end of the season, right? So that's why people make trades at trade deadline to get under the tax. So do they look at it like, hey, let's just bring in KD, right? And then we'll trade Ayton at the deadline and get Miles Turner and get below the whatever tax apron. I don't really follow that type of shit. Stupid to me. But Brian Windhorst said today that on NBA Today, he said that the the Nets have not been getting the offers, and I think that everyone's thinking similar to me. Like, why should we break the bank for a 34-year-old that just got swept? Like, how is that the most historic trade package in league history? Why? Listen, even if he didn't just get swept, he's 34 years old, coming off of major injuries. Why would we trade you the world for him? And the Suns, their stubbornness, they're trying to see if there's a better deal out there, but time is not on their side. If you're a team, right? And let's say the Nets, because I'm sure what the Nets are hoping for is that other teams get the KD blessing. I would consider them that team, right? If you're a team and you realize nobody else is bidding high on this, why would they just all of a sudden bid high on it? Right? Nobody is putting in offers for this. And then you come in with $100 billion offer. Why? And this is publicly drawn. It's not like the Gobert market, where the Gobert market, Utah could have kind of played the Timberwolves a little bit and said, oh, people are bidding, but you wouldn't know. KD is on the market. People are submitting their best trades, and everything you're hearing is that the Nets don't like him. So how do you think they're going to get better eventually? And he's getting older. Every day he's older. So, I mean, I don't, like, in the middle of the season, is that going to be a place where you want to trade more players? He's older and you have less of a hold on him. Instead of 4 years, you have 3. So, yeah, that's interesting. That's really an interesting thing. Another thing that came up, Donovan Mitchell. It seems like the Knicks are the favorite. I always surmise Miami, but I saw today Miami could only offer 3 draft picks, and they're asking for 6, 7 draft picks for Donovan Mitchell. The Knicks with Jalen Brunson, Donovan Mitchell, add whatever small forward you want, probably Cam Reddish, right? Julius Randle, and add whatever center, Mitchell Robinson, Jericho Sims, whatever center you want. Is that team beating anyone? Who's that team beating that you're going to trade all these picks for? They're thirsty for a star, so a true star. Like I said, I think that Julius Randle season was a fluke, so they're thirsty for a true star, so they're probably going to pay the price. They acquired all these picks, and a lot of them have protection, so I don't know. If I'm the Knicks, I guess I do the deal. I guess, but that the pick bounty that you're giving up is insane. But if it's not your picks, then oh well. Let's see what's going on in the National Football League. Here's why it's tough to predict MVP. The MVP, and I talked about this in the Bills thing, which I'm gonna get that up tonight. I'm not gonna go to sleep till I get it up. Is you'd be crazy to bet on anyone that not Josh Allen on MVP. Even if you like someone else, you have to bet on Josh Allen, because the way that things work is that this is a media game. This is a game of favoritism. This is a game of narrative. They want to give it to Josh Allen. They're talking Josh Allen. The Bills are the number 1 in Vegas to win the Super Bowl. Josh Allen, I think, has the best odds to win MVP. It's lined up his way. It's just like in the NBA. If you're going to bet, you can bet whoever you want, but you need to hedge with Luka Doncic, because they want to give it to Luka. If Luka finishes in the top 4 or top 3 at the end of these years and wins, he's going to win MVP. They've been thirsting to give it to him. He just showed up fat. He's done this. He's done that. Same thing with Josh Allen. They want to give it to him. They want to give it to him. So betting on anyone else is ridiculous. Or you can bet on them, but you need to hedge, put a couple dollars on Josh Allen so you can go to sleep comfortably at night. So, yeah, it's still the calm before the storm. Not really that much NFL news. This is just a real big lull on the calendar. Once again, World Cup. This is the time that everybody should be enjoying it and watching games, and it's ridiculous. Very reasonable. Kyler Murray signs extension before camp. Yeah, they were talking about him holding out, and then all the talk of it kind of went away. So what he signs for is going to be a big litmus test going forward, because if he just is one of those elevators like Josh Allen got this, so I should get, if he got 41, I get 42. If they stair step him like that, he hasn't really earned his keep. He hasn't done, Josh Allen, it's not like he's won a Super Bowl, or I think they played in the AFC Championship a couple years back. Was that the AFC Championship? I believe so. Like he won the Super Bowl, but his resume is far superior than Kyler Murray's. So if they get similar money, then Lamar's going to ask for the world whenever he asks for it. I think he's really, really hurting himself not having an agent. If he had an agent, his agent would have had him signed by now. Again, I've said he should not step on a football field without having a new deal. There's no way. There's no way. One hit to your knee, that's Robert Griffin. One hit to your knee, change everything. There's no way. One hit to your shoulder, change everything. Ask Cam Newton. There's no way. There's no way you step on that field without it. Look. My Cowboys philosophy. Cowboys could return to 2006 philosophy and lean on the run game. When they were their very best team, they were a running team. That DeMarco Murray, first year of Ezekiel Elliott team, that was their best teams. Ball control, you couldn't smash mouth, got the defense off the field. And these defenses are far better than those defenses were. So, I mean, it's easy to say that's what they should do, but, they hit gold getting that many top tier linemen all in the same group, to get Doug Free and young Tyron Smith and Travis Fredericks and Zach Martin. Like 3 of those guys are Pro Bowlers, and another one of those guys is a perennial Pro Bowler. So like 3 of those guys are Hall of Famers. And then probably, I don't know what they're going to do with Frederick because he kind of retired pretty early, but they're Hall of Fame level talent guys. So it's just like, hey, to say let's lean on the run game, that's one thing, but do you have the talent to lean on the run game? So, all right, man, I'm like everybody, I'm just waiting for football season. Who's the Hall of Fame game this year? Look that up before we get out here. I never watched Hall of Fame speeches. Now it's getting to the point where I know all the players, and that's how you know I'm getting old. Hall of Fame game is the Raiders versus. Is it in Hall of Fame? No, it's not gonna be. It's gonna be in Canton. Yeah, I'm tripping. I was about to say, man, they should do it in Las Vegas, man. They should do it in Las Vegas. Yeah, but the Hall of Fame game. I mean, I don't even think the backups play in that one, but it's just good for football to be back on. All right, I'm gonna leave it there. Games again. All right, thank you for watching this clip. Do me a favor, push the button, hit subscribe. Come on, man, push it.
Go everybody up! Push the goddamn button! Push the goddamn button! You heard what she said.
Man, do what's right. You heard her. Push the button. The game is a game.
So what's up, man? What's up with you otherwise, The game is a game. Always.